Folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you, and I hope you're doing well. We move into day 2 over in the French Open. Same as yesterday, we've got quite a few matches that we need to touch on. We'll be breaking them down as we go, giving some picks on the side. Like the video, get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're not. Appreciate it if you did. We get closer and closer to that 1.2k mark. Get yourself involved. We'd love to have you. Very well then. First things first, how did we enjoy day 1? Rain, eh? Just a little bit of rain, not too much. Could have been worse. I was worried for a little bit, but we did manage to get through all of the games. Did you win? Did you lose? Did you just come close? Share with the group. Don't be shy. But alright then. Very well folks. Got quite a few that we need to touch on today. Same as yesterday, you're not going to go too deep into these. It is still the first round. After all, you've got to see who wants to be here and who doesn't. But just a quick reminder, if there's anything I'm going for personally, that will be in the pinned comment, along with the picks and pretty much everything else that you'll need. Good? Sound great? Happy days. Right then, who do we start with? Where do we start today? I'll tell you what. We'll start with Tabilo. Alejandro Tabilo. Cazaux. Could be a tough one. I think it has the potential to be a decent match. I couldn't tell you straight up who's definitely going to win this one. You probably would lean with Tabilo in a spot like this. Neither one have really offered much all season. 4-10 for Tabilo, 5-8 for the Frenchman. Now you would give him probably more of an edge with him performing at home, but it's Cazaux, you know. I don't really know how much to expect from this kid. He looked fairly decent against Hubie last time out, even though he did get beaten straight sets. Apart from Djokovic, he was the only one to break the Hubie serve, so maybe that's an achievement in itself. I think Tabilo last time out, he had a close one with Dimitrov, 2-1. I think we had Dimitrov to win that one over in Monte Carlo. So the 2 wins that he has managed to get over on the clay so far this season have come back to back, and that was actually in Monte Carlo, Wawrinka, and then the one against Djokovic. He's hard to get a read on, this guy. He's just the guy he'll beat Djokovic in straight sets, and then he'll struggle against Cazaux over in the French Open. I think I've seen a lot more from Tabilo. Well, we all have. We've seen so much more from Tabilo in seasons gone by. Hasn't managed to replicate it so far. I wouldn't say it's safe to assume, but if you were forcing me to pick a side on this, I probably would just go with Tabilo. I'm not picking it with much conviction, but he hasn't done too great. But at least he's won some games, you know. And look, if you're good enough to beat Djokovic, even a slightly, you know, how can I say, a slightly below par Djokovic on the day, I'd imagine you should have enough to get past Cazaux. But we'll see. And then next up, we've got Casper Ruud, Ramos Vinales. Now, contrary to what that head said, I don't know what's happening. It's happening again, folks. My voice is going. Contrary to what that head-to-head would have you believe, for a piece between these two, I think Casper Ruud wipes the floor with him. I do. Beat him last year in the Australian Open. Beat him in 2022. Yeah, he's won the last 4 games. This used to be very, very one-sided. 2017, 18, 19 and 19 all going the way of the Spaniard. And how the times change. Casper Ruud has won every one since. Not only that, Ramos Vinales hasn't even won a set, and he's barely come close. In fact, the last time they were on the clay, 6-2, then a bagel, and then we go to the Australian Open last year, 6-1, 6-3, 6-1. Easy as 1-2-3 for Casper Ruud, and we'll leave that one there. He's a massive favourite too, 1.03. I mean, it's impossible to do business at a price like that, if you'd ask me. So we will crack on with Kecmanovic, Sebastian Baez. I don't trust either one of them. I really don't. Sebastian Baez is in one hell of a funk at the moment. He's still in it as well. Ever since he got to the final in Bucharest and he got beat by Flavio Cabal, he's won one game. Just the one. And that was against the Miajima over in Barcelona. Cabali, Thomas Mahach, Holger Rune, the Miajima again, Capriva, Dinky, Ugo Carabelli. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. He's most definitely... It seems like he's regressing on paper anyway. He was fantastic over like the South American clay. He was really good. Come over to Europe. Not so much. I say not so much. He was decent over in Bucharest, but he's been anything of the sort since. I'd say Kecmanovic has been pretty much what I expect this year. Pretty much what I expect. He'd done the majority of the business on the hard court so far. 4 and 6 on the clay. It's not too bad. 17 and 15 overall. As opposed to 16 and 14 for Sebastian Baez now. It's the exact opposite for him. He's done all of his business on the clay. 0 and 4 on the hard court this season. These played each other twice last year and Kecmanovic won both of them. 2-1 in Paris, straight sets over in London. Never played each other on the clay, so you would imagine that would swing it in the favour of Sebastian Baez, but he's won one game since the start of April. He's went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's went 1 and 6 since Bucharest final. What are the odds he just snaps out of it here? 1.7. Apparently, it's not a bad price. It's very tempting for Sebastian Baez because if there's any solace in taking Baez today, it'll be this. Kecmanovic was dog shit last time against Rinderknech. He was so bad over in Switzerland. Can we use the excuse he was looking ahead to the French Open? Is Kecmanovic the type of guy that saves himself and looks ahead to the French Open? I'm not too sure. I feel like players like that just need to get wins whenever they can. Got to the semi-finals over in Portugal on the Challenger. Got beat by Talon Griekspoor in Rome. And then just got dog walked by Rinderknech. I didn't like that. Did not like that. I'd say Sebastian Baez is in slightly worse form than Kecmanovic, so I probably would just leave maybe Kecmanovic for a set while he's a dog. I don't know. Not picking that. With a lot of conviction, so we'll just leave it there and we'll crack on with Nishioka and Alexei Popyrin. Oh, look at this. That's 1.2, barely 1.2 for Alexei Popyrin. He's a massive favourite today. I do think he wins. I do. He's been winning more and more lately, I'll give him that. He hasn't been in the best of form so far this year. 8 and 12. Safe to say I expected, maybe not a lot, but just a little bit more from Alexei Popyrin, especially based off the end of last season. 2 and 6 on the hard court, 6 and 5 on the clay. He's managed to pull it back a little bit, I'll give him that. Maybe he's just getting prepared in time for the grass, maybe. If you want my honest opinion, he's just going to go all out for those Masters again. Do you remember how good he was? Was it Cincinnati? One of them, Cincinnati, Montreal, Canada? I don't know. Don't quote me on it. But he won one of them and he was fantastic last year, so it seems to look like he might be snapping back into form for the summer. I'd expect him to get past Nishioka. I would. He's on a 3-game losing streak and he's pulled out of 2 of them. Beat by Dusan Lazovic over in Rome, 7-5, 6-1. Yeah. I think Popyrin's going to do it. Would I trust him? At 1.16. Where's that? No, it doesn't matter. Would I trust him at 1.12? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do think he wins. He probably should be winning. But I don't know. That does seem a little bit steep, in my opinion. I'd stay very far away from that. And who have we got next? Well, Luciano Darderi, Sebastian Korda. Sebastian Korda a favourite in this, just about 1.8. These have never played each other before. I don't fancy going with Sebastian Korda on the clay. 3 and 4 on the clay. He's beat Vukic, Fedi Sina, Matteo Arnaldi. Been beat by Jami Munar, Casper Ruud, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Yuri Lehecka. It is what it is. It's whatever, innit? It's not too bad. As for Darderi, though, I mean, you know, considering this is the clay guy, this is our clay dude, he's won 4 of his last 10. 4 of his last 10. That's not very much like the informed Italian that we know, is it? Aye. Brandon Nakashima, just about. Dodoro Palomero, I mean, he's like 12 years old, isn't he? He got past Boo in Rome, and then Quinton Hallis over in Madrid. But Shelton's done him, Big Foe's done him. Is that Buse? Bussy? I don't even know how you say his name. Makes me laugh, though. He got beaten the Challenger Tour. Jack Draper, Francesco Pesaro, and then Rublev over in Hamburg. So I don't know. It's a very, very close one. He played a few games since Rome. We haven't seen Korda since Rome, to be honest with you, when he got beat by Jami Munar, straight sets 2. It was a poor performance. You know, considering Sebastian Korda's never really amounted to anything on the clay, I don't really know why he's such a big... I don't know why he's such a big favourite. Maybe it's just because it's Sebastian Korda. And it's Luciano Darderi. Darderi has played a couple games since. Will fatigue be a factor? Potentially. Perhaps. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know, something's just putting me off this. I don't know who would win it. Sebastian Korda being a slight favourite, does he get this one done? I couldn't tell you. Look, if Francesco Pesaro, and then is that, what's his name? Is it like Ignacio Buse or Busey, something like that? If he can beat you, it's Big Foe can, well, say Big Foe can beat you, he ended up retiring, and that's not fair to say. If Ignacio Buse and fucking Francesco Pesaro can do you, I'd imagine Sebastian Korda can too. Simple as that. I'd say maybe take him for a set, but the odds probably aren't that good with it being a Grand Slam, so maybe just take him for 2. I don't know. Even the games where I've watched Luciano Darderi do well, it dips, it goes up and down, doesn't it? Can't remember the last time I've seen him just drill someone dead easy, really convincingly. He's always dropping a set here and there. And like I said, 4 of your last 10, that's not that great. That's not that great whatsoever. So I'd approach that with severe caution if I was having a go on it. And then he was probably the quickest one of the day, Zeppieri, Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz 1.01 should be illegal. You're getting Zeppieri at 24-1, dog. There's no chance. There's absolutely no chance. But just imagine. It's okay to dream. It really is. But there's absolutely no chance of him getting that one done. I think Alcaraz wins this whole thing. I do. Just based on what we've seen the past couple of months, no one has been able to touch him on the clay. He's been fantastic. But yeah, there's no way he gets sent home, especially in the first round. Can't see it. It'll never happen. That's one of them spots where the fucking sky has to fall in order for him to get beat today. So we'll leave that one there and we'll crack on to it. Oh my god. Oh my days. Davidovich Fokina 1.1 on the decimal against Pablo Llamas Ruiz. What? I mean, the same Davidovich Fokina who played Jesper de Jong not that long ago in Rome and won 2 games in the entire match. Is that the same Davidovich Fokina who's 1.1 on the decimal here against Pablo Llamas Ruiz, who's made it through qualifying 3 games? Alright, the opponent's probably nowhere near the calibre of Guile on the day, but Davidovich Fokina, safe to say, he seems to have slowed off, seems to have cooled off a little bit, and it seemed like It's the start of the season. He seemed like he was playing a bit too good for his own good, really. 8-5 on the clay, 13-7 on the hard court equals 22-13 overall. 1-1 indoors, if you're wondering where the extra 2 come from. Llamas Ruiz 7-4 on the clay, 11-8 overall. Safe to say this lad does the majority, if not all, of his business on the dirt. He's a bit of a challenger player. This just might be a case of levels. It might be. I'm just not sold with Davidovich Fokina. I think it's the price. On any given day, you'd probably look at it and say, yeah, Davidovich Fokina should be getting this one done. You can't have any business with that. 1.1. I've never seen the likes in my life. Honest to God. If he doesn't get this one done, if he gets beat, I don't know how I'll feel about that. But just in case he does, I'm not going to bother with it. I'd expect him to get it done. How he goes about his business is entirely up to him. I'm not sure how. But he can't get beat. He can't be getting beat there today, surely. Same goes for this lad. Pretty much the next few. For Holger Rune, Bautista Agut. Head to head is 2-piece to Holger. Well, 2-piece, 2-0 to Holger Rune. Barely 1.2. 1.17, 1.2 as a favourite. No excuses here. Holger Rune should be getting this one done. Dead easy. Dead easy. He shouldn't be struggling in this one. Should not be struggling. Is he the number 10 seed? Seeded 10th in the French Open. Bautista Agut is not going to beat Holger Rune. I refuse to believe it. Beat him last year. He did take a set off Holger Rune on the hard court. Never played each other on the clay. I don't know. Maybe that changes things. Maybe it doesn't. 6-4 on the clay for Holger Rune. 6-6 for the Spaniard. I'm not having it. No way. Absolutely no way Bautista Agut beats Holger Rune today. If Holger Rune just turns up and plays tennis, there's no question in my mind that he gets this one done. But if he starts fucking about, God knows what'll happen. God knows. I can't see it. He should be good to get that one done. Who have we got next? Is that Etcheverry? We've got Etcheverry and Tsitsipas. 1.25 for Tsitsipas. He's beaten once before. And I think he should be beating him again. I do. Beat him last year in Monte Carlo. Straight sets, 6-1. And then a big toasty bagel in the second. We haven't seen Tsitsipas since Rome. He got beat by Artifice in the third round. I think we were all surprised by Etcheverry over in Germany last week, weren't we? Got beat by Flavio Cobolli in the semi-finals. I mean, leading up to that, he'd beat Comesaña, Ugo Carabelli, Jiří Lehecka, all in straight sets. Sound. Say something about that. I didn't expect it. Can't see him getting past Tsitsipas today. I just can't. But, currently on 6 of his last 10. He's been beat by Lorenzo Musetti twice and Artifice twice. There you go. Tsitsipas can't be getting beat today. He can't be getting beat by Etcheverry. I refuse to believe that. I won't waste much more time on it. 6-4 on the clay for the Greek, 9-10 for the Argentine. We know who's better. We just know who's better. And who's that? Daniel Altmaier, Taylor Fritz. Didn't we have this one? Or we were supposed to have this one? No, I might be thinking of something else. Funnily enough, they have played each other once before, and that ended up being a walkover. That was 2 years ago in Paris. 10-7 on the clay for Daniel Altmaier, 3-3. For the American, I just haven't been convinced with Taylor Fritz on the clay, man. Ever since Miami, he's been a bit shit, to say the least. He was decent to start the season. Well, he was decent on the hard court. Been fairly crap on the clay. 13-5 on the hard, 3-3 on the clay. Yeah, doesn't fancy it, does he? No, he's definitely not calling himself Clayler again this year. He beat Christopher O'Connell, Benjamin Bonzi, because he retired, and he may not have even beat him. And then Quinton Hallis in Switzerland last week. Yeah, Casper Ruud beat him. Excuse me. It was the one against Marcus Giron. The game against Marcus Giron. Not even the loss against Hubie in the quarterfinals last week. That match against Marcus Giron. No chance. If you can look that bad on the clay against a Marcus Giron, and look, you might be looking at it going, it's 2 tiebreakers. If you didn't watch it, you won't understand. He was crap. He was really crap. He just shot that game away. And then the one against Hubert's Haircatch, just no resistance whatsoever. Now, a bit of a saving grace for Taylor Fritz, it is Daniel Altmaier, and regardless of form, he probably should be getting this one done. 1.3 for Taylor Fritz, that could be a very, very tempting parlay piece, although Daniel Altmaier, he's no joke on the clay. He can turn up, he can be quite the sleeper when he wants to be. Ultimately, I think Fritz probably should be getting past the first round in the French Open. That's just my opinion. But we'll move on. We're around halfway, aren't we? Is that about halfway, something like that? Right, very well. Quite a few more. Who's next? Oh, my eyes are playing tricks on me. I can't read this. Lehecka, Jordan Thompson. Look, for the rest of these big favourites, we are just going to literally speed run them. It's going to be here all night. Otherwise, 1.17 for Lehecka. Do you trust him? Do you not? Me personally, I still don't trust him. I don't. He looked okay in Hamburg. He looked dodgy in his first game. He looked okay against Cerundolo. But, did Cerundolo just look shit because he was looking forward to the French Open? Possibly. He got bullied by Etcheverry in the quarterfinals, and I do not like that. I haven't seen Jordan Thompson since Rome. He's went 2-3 on the clay this year, as Jordan Thompson 3-4 for Lehecka. I know Lehecka's better. He's much better. In the current state, he is far from much more trustworthy, so I'll be staying well off that. Lehecka should be beating Jordan Thompson. That's just a fact. And then another big favourite with Khachanov and Vukic, 1.1. What are you to do with these? It's Khachanov, innit? All day. Khachanov all day, not just because of the price, just because it is. It is what it is. Vukic 4-7 on the clay, Khachanov 7-5. He definitely gets this one done. He's miles better than Vukic. Absolutely miles better. So we'll leave that where it is. And then let me just gather a few of these, because there's a couple of shitters here, and we'll just round these up towards the end. So yeah, okay, sound right. Got it. Got Jacob Fearnley, Stan Wawrinka, 1.5 for Jacob Fearnley. Now, at first glance, you know me, I'm probably going to say I think Jacob Fearnley wins. I do genuinely think he beats Stan Wawrinka. I don't know how much Stan Wawrinka's going to hold up in a best of 5 at this point. He's 40 years old, man. 40 years old. Did get to the final on the Challenger Tour in France at the start of the month. Then got beat by Billy Harris in the next Challenger Tour over in France a couple of weeks ago. Now, I know Jacob Fearnley didn't get past Alexei Popyrin over in Geneva. I was a little bit disappointed in that. But you have to admit he's been decent. He's had himself one hell of a season to start. 20-12 overall, 8-5 on the clay, 7-6 on the dirt for Stan. Yeah, I just think the fitness and the age probably comes into play here. I do. Like I said, how well is he going to hold up in a best of 5 against Jacob Fearnley? He's got fitness for days. I think Stan Wawrinka does him easy as 1, 2, 3. I don't. I think the longer this match goes on, the more it would definitely swing in the favour of Jacob Fearnley. Stan Wawrinka's never really done much. Recently anyway. He's won this before, but let me reiterate, the past few years, he's not done much. He's been shite. First round exit in 22, second round 23, second round last year. I think Jacob Fearnley beats him. I do. Apart from the one tournament, I can't remember which one it was, I think Jacob Fearnley's won all of his first round matches in the main draw, apart from one. So, I'd fancy him to get this one done. I really would. Is that 1.5? 1.55? It's solid. That's solid. It's probably one of the better ones you're getting today in terms of odds, in my opinion. So we'll crack on with just another quick one for the sake of it. You're getting Sebastian Ofner and Struff. You can't bet on Jan-Lennard Struff. He's won one game since Feb. Right. Just the one, and that was because Van der Sandschulp had to retire. He's won 4 games all season, 1-7 on the hard court outdoors, 1-5 on the clay. Sebastian Ofner 15-7 on the clay. He's been fantastic ever since he's come back. Past few weeks he's been really, really good. Got to the semi-finals last week in Geneva. I think he beats him. I think pretty much anyone beats Jan-Lennard Struff at the moment. It's sad to say, but it's a sad reality, innit? I don't know what's up with him. Maybe he's just checked out a bit. Maybe he's got one foot out the door. Maybe he's got both of them out the door. It's just yet to close. I'm not too sure, but whatever's going on with him, to say the least, he looks shit. He looks well off it. Couldn't go anywhere near him, even as a dog on the spread. Nothing like that. Sebastian Ofner every single day of the week for me. These are tough. These are some tough ones here, man. It's El Chapo. El Chapo's back. Pedro Martinez. Now, he's beaten once before. That was on the clay 5 years ago in Rome. I can't trust El Chapo on the clay. There you go. I just can't. That'll probably save us some time and a lot of stress. Hard court, yeah. Hard court, I'll take him all day. I'll back him all day. But on the clay, I have very, very little expectations for El Chapo. Pedro Martinez hasn't been that good either. Far from it. Far from his usual self. But he's a big dog here, getting Chapo at 1.4. I'd love to take him. I would love to take him. Both of them have won 3 of the last 10 matches. It's not that great. It's not that good whatsoever. Chapo's not even winning a set, man. Neither is Pedro Martinez. They can barely win a set against anyone. And now they're pitted against one another. This is impossible. It really is. This is an impossible match. Who's a better tennis player? I'd say El Chapo. Definitely got a higher ceiling. Pedro Martinez is undoubtedly the better player when it comes to clay courts. That is a fact. And if Pedro Martinez turned up today and pulls off the upset against Denis Shapovalov, I probably wouldn't be that surprised. I probably wouldn't be. I'm not brave enough to take Pedro Martinez on the money line, because quite frankly, I don't think he should be winning. But El Chapo, like, if you just know, come on, you just watch the tennis, you know how fucking bad he's been on the clay. The performances have been quite shit. And not only just that, I mean, his last 10 going back to, like, well, the semi-finals in Acapulco, he done quite good over there, but ever since Acapulco, he's went right off the boil, took a massive dip. He's only beat Adam Walton, Thiago Tarante, and then Nishikori. That's it. Pretty much same goes for Pedro Martinez, though. Lorenzo Sonego, Binac, Matteo Bellucci, all on the clay. It's not much, but it's a hell of a lot more than what El Chapo's given us so far, so I'm going to pass on that one. Maybe an over, for the sake of it, a couple sets a piece, I don't know. You pay your money and you take your choice. And then, fuck me. Can't get comfortable today, I do apologise. That's Cerundolo. It is Francisco Cerundolo and Gabe Diallo. Look at that, 1.09 for Cerundolo. There you go. There's your answer. I think we all agree he's a bit of a dark horse for this tournament this week. Well, say this week, just this tournament. We've got 2 weeks of it. Now, by any means, I don't think he's going to win it. Definitely not going to win it. Could definitely find himself very, very deep into the tournament. A little quarters, maybe a semis. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? We'll see what happens, but he definitely gets past Gabe Diallo, in my opinion. And we will skip you because your two Frenchies will clean you up toward the end. 1 second. Just. There we go. Christopher O'Connell. Hugo Humbert. O'Connell's beaten him once before. That was on the clay 2 years ago. Over in Germany. 6-4, 6-4. Both of these on a 3-game losing streak. Is Hugo Humbert's hand ready, healed and fixed? Yes. I'll take him to win. No. I'm not going anywhere near it. It'll be Hugo Humbert or nothing on this for me. He is 1.4, 1.5. That's very, very tempting. He is miles better than Christopher O'Connell, but as we've seen in the, he didn't even get past Corentin Moutet. He had to pull out 6-3, and then it was four games to love in the second, and then he just pulled out. Alexander Muller beat him in Madrid, and then the game against Fabian Madison in Munich. Now, he can only have gotten better. He can only have healed. I imagine he's only gotten a little bit better and a bit back to himself as the weeks have gone on. But I'm just not ready to go there yet. I'm just not ready to go there because if he turns up and he's fucked and if he pulls out, it's free money. It's a void. But if he doesn't, and he's visibly struggling with that hand, yeah, I don't fancy risking it with that. Not today. But I will watch it and see how he looks, see who turns up, and then I'll assess the situation in the next round. We've got Marcus Giron, Tallon Griekspoor. We're going with Tallon Griekspoor on this one. I would. Head-to-head's 2-1 to Griekspoor. Marcus Giron beat him last time out. That was in 2022. Only played each other once on the clay. Griekspoor got that one done. Obviously, there was a tiebreaker, and then 6-2 in the second. He's around 1.3. Just a little bit over. Call it 1.3 for Griekspoor. I think it's fine. I do. Marcus Giron's just been bullied, and I repeat, bullied by Bautista Agut. Bageled and bullied. Just an absolutely despicable performance that you can't get away with that. There's no way. Absolutely no way. Tallon Griekspoor did get to the semi-finals over in Bordeaux, and he's just been bageled by Basilashvili. Fuck me. God damn. I don't care. He doesn't get beat by Marcus Giron, in my opinion. Tallon Griekspoor is definitely someone you'd expect to get past these early stages of the French Open. I would anyway. Third round last year, third round the year before that, second round, yeah. Let's have a look at Marcus Giron. How well have you done? Didn't get out of the first round last year, got to the third round the year before that, didn't get out of the first round in 2022. I think the majority of the signs point towards Tallon Griekspoor in this one at 1.3. That is an ideal parlay piece in my opinion. And then we've got, may as well just speed run these two. We've got Artifice, Nico Yarri. Be going with Artifice just because, Nicholas Yarri still struggles for form. If these played each other before, they have not. I don't think it matters. 1.15 for Artifice. He's been so good. He's been so good this season, man. He definitely takes advantage of this version of Nicholas Yarri. In my opinion, I'd be very, very shocked if Artifice gets beat. First round in your home slam. Come on. How good's he been all year round? Doesn't really matter where it's been. He's been fantastic. I'm expecting big things from Artifice for this tournament. And then we've got Jannik Sinner, Artur Rinderknech. obviously it's going to be Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner probably makes it to the final, in my opinion, where he may probably just get beat by Carlos Alcaraz once again. In the net stands no chance against Jannik Sinner. He has beaten once before, I'll give him that. That was 2021, and would you know it, it was actually on the clay. That's right. He lost a tiebreak in the first, and then 6-2, 7-5, 2021. Jannik Sinner was that even the same human? Was that even the same person as the one that stands before us today? I'm not so certain. But yeah, Jannik Sinner, number 1 seed coming into this. Easy peasy. Definitely gets that done today. Mark my words. And then for a couple of floaters we didn't pick off. Look, Ugo Carabelli, Munar. Absolute rough. So rough to pick. Terence Atman, Richard Gasquet. Two Frenchies that are so hard to get a read on. Battling it out in the home slam. Could go either way. We've got Filip Mislic and Boo. Now the reason I stayed off this is because you're getting Mislic at 1.6. And I remember last time I got to the point where I thought I can trust him, and I took him against Flavio Caboli, and he looked crap. Boo has looked a little bit better lately than what he did to start his clay career, to start his clay campaign. Did get to the final over in Turin, beat by Francis Tiafoe the first round in Hamburg. Yeah, Mislic is coming off a title over on the Challenger as well. He's won 9 of his last 10. I'm not letting it persuade me. I'll assess the situation after the match. I'll see how he turns up, but just for the sake of it, I wouldn't mind just having a little sprinkle on Boo and just sprinkle on Boo and just hope he turns up. And I'm pretty sure there was one more, and then I'll let you go. There was, and it was the first one. Hugo Blanchette. Absolutely fucking no chance. I don't care if it's his home slam. I don't care. I just don't care. Not happening. I don't bother with these Hugo Gaston matches for various reasons, and I'm not going to sit here and explain them, because quite frankly I don't feel like I have to. You're all well aware of the fuckery that could go down in this one. You don't need me to tell you to just stay off of that. So that's going to do us, folks. It's been a long one. Once again, I imagine tomorrow's will be more of the same, but it's just the way it's got to be for these early days. But I do appreciate you hanging in there, stopping by as always, taking the time. It means a lot to me. Very well then, take it easy, yeah? Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, most importantly. You like and subscribe. Do me that favour, do yourself a favour, like and subscribe. Let me know what you're going for, best bets, all that stuff. If it's pinned, it's pinned, and if it's not, it's not. But I'll be saying good night. Take it easy, go get that cash, enjoy the matches today, and I'll see you tomorrow.